police and fire, you know, we run calls I wish we could never have to see, and do things we wish we never had to do. We've been called to do it, and so we do it. But we need that time to de-stress, and we have to find outlets to shed that off. You know, we carry that load for the people that we're helping, but we got to shed that load, and each one of us has a different way of doing it. And mine is in the gym. You know, I can come in here in the iron, I can put all that frustration, all that stress, I can put it onto the weight, and it can take it. And I can dump it all here. When I leave, I'm clean and clear, and all that stress is gone, and I can focus on this. Just like my brothers and sisters at work, you know, we find outlets. Some guys like to ride bikes, and they run trails or play golf, whatever it is. You know, we have to find an outlet, and this just happens to be mine. And this serves me best on getting that out of my system, so that I can function normally outside of work. I'm Joe Hnizdo. I'm the world's strongest firefighter, and I'm now training at JLJ Fitness in Hurst, Texas. So, like I said, I met up with Johnnie at Stroud's. Obviously, I knew who he was. I knew that he was a world's strongest bodybuilder, his powerlifting background, and I knew that his deadlifts were one of his strongest abilities. So I needed a lot of help with my deadlifts. They were okay, but preparing for the World Police and Fire Games, I knew that I needed more than just what I knew. So I asked him for help one day, and he couldn't say no. So we started training, and I went from deadlifting about 500 to 700 in about 4 months. And after winning the Worlds, I started training with him full time now. So we train 4 to 5 days a week. Right now, we're starting our 12-week training cycle for the Ronnie Coleman in 2018. Obviously, we have some bigger goals in mind in the future, but currently this 12-week cycle is for the Ronnie Coleman here in Fort Worth in 2018.
Let's go, Joe. Set it up. Get her out! Come on. Hit her! Hit her!
I work for the Flower Mound, Texas Fire Department here in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, one of the suburbs. I'm actually a driver engineer. I've been a firefighter for 11 years, working for them for 9. This strength training really helps out a lot with that job. You learn to push past what you think is normal, because you know, some of the situations we get into, you got to work a little harder than what you may be used to, or maybe a little hotter, or maybe a little colder here recently with the cold weather, and you got to learn how to be able to push past normal. So training in here really helps you prepare mentally and physically. When it came to my deadlift, basically I had to change everything. My foot placement, how my hips were used, my setup. Basically my entire technique was changed, which kind of set me back, but ultimately now I'm far past where I would have been without his help. And now I don't know where we're gonna stop.
Yeah, real life. That was one. That was two.
So yeah, the next World Police and Fire Games will be in China in 2019. It's every other year. It's the second largest multi-sport event in the world outside of the Summer Olympics. There's anywhere from 10 to 15,000 police and fire and first responders from around the world. Honestly, now the sky's the limit as far as I'm concerned. The jumps that I've made just by training with him, and the way he's taught my technique and changed my setup and basically my whole programming, I don't know how far we can go. I'm really excited to see just how far he can take me.